Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Pineapple coming at you with another great video. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for subscribing if you're a subscriber. There's been a lot of things going on lately here in the state of Florida. Been very, very busy here at work lately, which is great because for a while there, wasn't so busy, kind of bored. So it's nice that I'm back into my usual work-life balance. And speaking of work and life, we're just going to move right into it. So the dolphins are back at work. The water in the intercoastal is nice. I see dolphins pretty much every day, which is good because when we're busy at work, it's hot, and it's stressful, and it's nice just every once in a while be like, dolphin, dolphin. You know, that's cool. I've been here in Florida for about 5 years now, and I still get excited when I see dolphins. Other great Florida news: a man was arrested in Gulfport recently, and I'm gonna read the quote here after he was arrested or before he was arrested, so we can all have a little bit of a laugh. So Gulfport is cool because that's actually where I got my podcast hat, my little pineapple hat. So I'm going to read this word for word because it's kind of ridiculous and we could all use a laugh. So it starts out with Gulfport man who refused to give name jailed after tiff with Manfred. So basically, these guys got into an argument, and this guy Jackson cursed at him and threw water on him. So that's where it goes. So deputies then made contact with Jackson, who told them that he wasn't involved and didn't have to identify himself. When told that he was the subject in a crime and that if he didn't identify himself, he would be placed under arrest for obstruction, he said, and I quote, "I feel like that's not true." He refused to identify himself and was then taken into custody and transported to the Marion County Jail. He was charged with simple battery and resisting an officer without violence. He was released a few days later, and his next court date hasn't yet been set, jail records show. So, I know with everything going on, people are mistrusting of the police but if you're approached by an officer and says, hey, you need to identify yourself because you may be involved in a crime, just go ahead and do that, because if not, you're going to play stupid games. You're going to win stupid prizes. Like, I don't know, maybe a night in jail or something like that. So, read that, gave me a bit of a smile. I don't know why. It's ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, let's just move right into wrestling. Yeah. So the Orange Cassidy / Chris Jericho feud makes me so happy. It's comedy. It's over the top. It keeps going on. This past week on Dynamite, Jericho actually beat up Orange Cassidy with a bag of blood oranges, and there was a little bleeding involved, and of course he's like, "Now you're a blood orange, Cassidy," and he keeps beating him, gets on the mic and says, "Orange Cassidy has been juiced," which I love a good pun. I love over the top wrestling. Keep it up, AEW. It makes me smile. It makes me smile a lot. So yeah, we're gonna keep rolling with it. You need more ridiculous news from Florida? Let's do it. So we're gonna move right into music, and I'm gonna talk about an album. It's called Meow the Jewels. Yes, you heard that right. It's called Meow the Jewels. So it's by a group called Run the Jewels, and Killer Mike is in Run the Jewels with LP. Killer Mike has been in the media a lot lately. As one of the voices of Black Lives Matter, and educating the people out there. You may remember him. He also has done a lot of work with Bernie Sanders and getting his message out to the minority community. And he's very political, and that's good. It's good to be educated on these things. But he and his partner LP dropped an album a few years back called Meow the Jewels. And what it is, it's a remix album of their first album, Run the Jewels. But all the instruments have been replaced with cat sounds. Yes, yes. So there's lots of meow going on in the background there. The bass beats are like a deep purr. It's like purr, purr. I was aware of this album, but I never really listened to it, and until last night, that is. And I listened to it. I'm like, oh my god, this is so fun and ridiculous. I gotta talk about this on the podcast. And that being said, hold on just a moment. I have to hydrate. It's really hot down in here in Florida. All right. Now, back to my point there. That being said, yeah, it's their first album, so I mean, the verses and the raps, everything on there, the lyrics are amazing. They're really, really good. They're poignant. I like it. I do like the hip hop. I'm sorry I haven't talked about hip hop really on the channel yet. So yeah, it's just it's a perfect storm. If you want to educate yourself, also listen to good rap, and have rap/hip hop, and have cat sounds going on in the background, this album is for you. Alrighty. Also, a quick shout out to my friend Mary Catherine and her man Sebastian, who I guess is also my friend, but she's more of my friend. You know how that goes. They have a new YouTube channel. It's called Super Dope Book Club. And on there, they're going to be talking about books, reading. As you know, I like to read. Reading is fun, and it's educational, builds your vocabulary, so you're not just saying great and ridiculous all the time. You can expound upon your points a little more. So there's that. Check them out. They just had their first trailer up. But yeah, Super Dope Book Club. Mary Kate and Sebastian, good people. I know them. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to say about some books. Maybe, maybe we'll do a little crossover episode and I'll do a little suggestion for them. Maybe they'll do a little suggestion for me. By the way, suggestions are for things are always welcome. Just drop them down there in the comment section, where you hit the like button and the subscribe button. It's all down there. So there's that. There's the end of episode 1. Episode 2 is going to be coming in about 5 minutes. All right, guys. Take care. Love your neighbor. And I am the table.